is strong and neat, came from a barber's ball. Turned in mistake down some wrong street, came to a dark brick wall. Searched for the front door left and right, looked for the old girl's bedroom light. Had no idea I was stuck that night down in the old churchyard. Went through the gateway rusty red, thought it was home so dear. Took off me clothes to go to bed, thought that the bed was near. Picked up a flower pot wet with dew, thought the design was strange and new. Made up my mind it would have to do down in the old churchyard. Lost in the darkness walking round, I dropped a 2-bob piece. Crawled on the soft wet marshy ground, shifting me trousers crease. After a hopeless search I gave, there was me 2-bob bold and brave, glued on the top of a Scotchman's grave down in the old churchyard. Met with a girl, a real right dunce, face like a trousers press. She was a soldier's sweetheart once, now she's an officer's mess. I muttered sweetly in soft terms, come little birdie, spring returns. Now's your chance for some damn fine worms down in the old churchyard. In came a maiden small and thin, I woke in strange alarm. Saw what a weird place I was in, noted the maiden's charm. Stared at the tombstones where I lay, watched her uprise and walk away. Thought it was perhaps resurrection day down in the old churchyard. She was a-walking in her sleep, graceful and charming too. Thin was a night-dress full of sheep, her pretty shape peeped through. Face full of beauty, sweet lips red, form like a Venus all outspread. Good job for her that the men were dead down in the old churchyard. She threw her arms in passion round me, pressed me on a tombstone hard. To the carved inscription bound me, all my clothes were scratched and scarred. Pressed from the stone, each word cut clean, all down my back was plainly seen. Here lie the bones of Elijah Green, down in the old churchyard. A splendid saxophone from second-handed Joe's. The notes I blew upon it ripped the lining in his clothes. I've learned to play a melody and this is how it goes. I went to see Jack Hilton for a job the other night. I said, what will you give me, Jack, exceedingly polite. He said, I'll give you 1 minute to clear out of my sight. I brought a pound of butter home, I often do at night. When Mrs. Harris called upon her way to Dr. Bright, she got a floating kidney sailing round her harbour light. She sat down on me butter and it squashed like melted tar. It spread from her silk garters up to where her shingles are. I wish me kids would make a pound of butter go as far. Me Uncle Billy's boko, it's a mystery to us. It's such a ruby rosy red, it makes a family cuss. It looks just like the taillight on a corporation bus. The doctors made him cut out beer, they cancelled every glass. But we ignored the doctors and gave him a bottle bass. Then stuck a lampshade on his nose and safely bobbing gas. The meanest woman in the world is Angelina Mack. She gave the influenza to her youngest brother Jack, then sued him in the county court to make him give it back. She'll stand outside a restaurant, too mean to go within. She waits till people order food and when the meals begin, she lays her false teeth on the mat to let them listen in. Our little ginger she-cat is the only she for miles. The tomcats all go frantic when she winks at them and smiles. She thinks she's Greta Garbo when she's out upon the tiles. There's ginger kittens on the drawers and mats and sofa springs. There's kittens on the chairs and stools and every blessed thing. We move into a bigger house to let her have a fling. I went to see a tattooed girl one day in Pontypridd, a shapeless sort of creature with a figure like a grid. It came out where it shouldn't and it shouldn't where it did. She'd Paris tattooed on her calf, Boulogne upon her shin. She'd Belgium tattooed higher up just where the knees begin. I wish I'd left the wife at home, I might have seen Berlin.